Hello my lovely ravens, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel and today I have a dollar store makeover for you all. I am going to turn this bunny, I think it looks like a chinchilla because the ears don't really look like bunny ears. Anyway, I'm going to transform this creature into a jackalope. So let's go. I'm protecting my desk with a mat because I don't want the milliput to stick to my desk. Let's mix them up and start this jackalope. I will be putting it on a base. This is a $1 base, also from a dollar store. It's wood. And this is a piece of tin foil, and I just pressed the cup in there. That will be the forest floor, and the cup will be slightly slanted like that. So let's go. I'm going to cut equal parts of part A and B, and then mix it together, and I will be wearing gloves for that part, or maybe for the entire thing, because it can harm your skin. So this becomes rock hard in like 3 to 4 hours. So I have a little bit of time to work with it. And this doesn't need to go in the oven. I can drill it and sand it and do whatever I want with it and paint it. Just gonna roll them into semi-equal snakes of clay. I'm just gonna make 2 small antlers. I kind of think like so, but I think I need some wire in there. So I'm gonna grab some wire. There we go, I have some wire. Just gonna slice this open. Same with the other one. And put the wire inside. Just rolling it between my fingers to cover the opening that I made. I'm gonna smooth it out and do the same with the other one. I'm gonna grab some water. Then with my finger I will smooth this out. I know I'm gonna texture it as well, but I just want to smooth out that crease that I've created. And now I can put them on. However, I want to make like a little base. Antlers always grow out of this kind of base kind of thing. Don't even know what it's called. So I'm just gonna smooth that out with my Dental Explorer tool, just so it attaches to the bunny, to the head. Now this blob is going to be a little bit more narrow and attached to the antler, giving that antler texture as well as I go. I'm just adding texture to the bunny ear now. Jackalope ear, I'm sorry. And I can already feel that this is starting to harden now. I'm not sure if I want to do any more on him, to be honest. I really like the way he's looking. I will be using some more clay later on, but that will be for the base. I might actually do that with some Sculpey, because I can put this in the oven without the bunny on top. And yeah, then attach this at the very end. But I'm really happy with how it's looking. I wanted to add some of those I don't know, mushrooms on the side of the cup. So what I'm doing is just making a flat piece. It doesn't need to be pretty. Just a flat piece, a little bit shorter. And then folding over that edge. And then placing that against the mug. Taking away the excess like that. And then smoothing out that on the side a little bit. There we go. Mushrooms. There we go. I've used all the clay except for this tiny little piece that I scraped off from this bit. But yeah, I'm gonna let this harden and then I am going to work on the base. The epoxy, is it epoxy? I don't know. The clay is hardened and it all looks good, but I am not going to do polymer clay. I am just going to attach this And then I'm going to build up mushrooms from tin foil. I did the same thing with my Alice in Wonderland diorama, and I kind of feel like making mushrooms, so that's what I'm going to do. First things first, I'm gonna glue this piece of tin foil to the base. So now we have that in place. I need to have a look on how I want this bunny to sit. So I wanted to kind of sit in soil. This is good. You guys cannot see it, but I think this looks good. Just gonna put the hot glue on here. Quite a bit. It's gonna get covered anyway. Just gonna wait for that to set. And then I can move on. Whilst that sets, I am going to show you how I'm making these mushrooms. I'm first going to crumple this up. This will be my stem. This base I'm going to fold up. Just like that. And then you have the top here. I'm going to fold that over. Kind of sit it in the middle. And then you can trim this off, so it's a little bit shorter, and then fold these around. And you shape as you go, and then you can push that down. And now you basically have a mushroom. This one is way too big for my project because that would be just way too big. Mine will be a little bit more skinny, taller, and smaller. But yeah, this is the basic idea, and I'm now gonna make a whole bunch of them. Okay, so this was the one I made, and this is a much smaller one. I don't really need that big stem because, you know, I kind of want to let them be like this and grow out the sides like so. Maybe some out of the cup as well. The next step, covering this entire thing with painter's tape. I'll just continue until that entire thing is covered, and then it's ready for the tissues. All these mushrooms are now covered in painter's tape, and it's time to cover them with tissue. So it is basically just a napkin that is the one ply from a napkin. Then you tear that into strips and then in smaller parts like so. And this can be a kitchen towel as well, as long as it's one ply. Let's open this jar with a mixture of 50% water and 50% PVA glue or thereabouts. Start covering the mushroom caps and start applying the tissue. And I'm going to do this all over all the mushrooms until they're completely covered. And once they're dry, I can paint them. All the mushrooms are dry and covered with paper mache basically. And they're quite sturdy, and I can do with them whatever I want now. But it's time to paint them, and it's also time to paint this, the body. So let's just get started, shall we? First, I'm going to cover everything in white gesso, just so I don't have anything shining through, because I did use some washi tape on this one, just to have a clear base on everything. So let's do that first. Whilst I paint, let's take a moment to talk about the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. Skillshare can help you make 2022 a year of new learning, growth, and connection through creativity. Do you have a specific skill you're trying to learn? Skillshare is the perfect place to start. From photography and illustration to graphic design, freelancing, and more, you can find classes that will match your goals and interests. It is ad-free, so you can stay in the zone while you're exploring new skills. There are new premium classes launched each week, so there's always something new to discover. I'm currently getting into the class of making marionettes by Barbara Mihokova. She is a puppet maker from Slovakia, where she makes personalized marionettes for a living. Her class will teach you how to make your own marionette puppet from start to finish. I've always wanted to create a marionette doll, and this class, for me, is a great place to start. The first 1,000 people to use the link or my code DarkestRavenDesigns will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. When painting the jackalope, I wanted to make sure that I got as close to the base skin color as possible. I then darkened up those darker areas of the fur with a darker brown. And for some reason I found the need to add dough-like spots on the back of the jackalope. I just thought it would be a nice touch. And then I'm redoing the eyes because the paint job on the eyes was absolutely atrocious. And this is what we have so far. Let's get on to the base. I'm adding some wood glue and then spreading that out with a brush before I add dried tea, which will be the ground cover. Just sprinkling that on and then dabbing it down before I shake off the excess. For some extra shimmer and a celestial kind of cup effect, I'm adding some gold acrylic paint in dots and stars. And then the fun starts by adding hot glue and a lot of moss. And then finally adding those mushrooms that I've painted before with hot glue as well, just in between the moss. Let's have a look what the final jackalope looks like. And this is it for the final jackalope creature. I love how whimsical it looks and the colors that I used. Next week I'll be back with you for the continuation of the Ravenclaw common room, and I hope to see you there. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. All my social media can be found in the description box below, and if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course, become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!